Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 3rd of December 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the amazing Morgan Greer Tarot for today's reading, and I am going to choose 3 cards to see what the energy is all about and what's coming up here on Saturday. So let me shuffle these a few times. Okay, one more time. And here we go. First card is the 5 of Wands, conflict. That is resolved, a happy ending to this conflict. So what I'm getting here via these 2 cards is that you get some sort of unexpected news, something that you don't particularly want to hear. Maybe it's a bill or some sort of person from your past kind of getting in touch with you again. It's a communication, it's information, it's something that you have to deal with that makes you a little bit frustrated or that creates inner conflict. It doesn't sit right with you. By dealing with it, you're able to resolve the conflict. I mean, it's just visually, you can see here they're fighting and here they're cooperating. So if anything untoward does happen and you're despairing about it and, you know, pulling out your hair saying, oh, how am I going to deal with this? This is something unforeseen that I hadn't planned on. Then by going into it, i.e. facing it and saying, okay, even though this is really not what I wanted to hear, I'm going to do everything I can to roll up my sleeves and to work through this. And the cards are saying you'll have a happy outcome. Let's see what the final card is. The 8 of Wands. So resolving this is super, super important because it opens other doors of opportunity and it kind of is a ground zero for your future. The 8 of Wands is news. It's information coming in. It's something changing. It's kind of a life event. So both these cards to me in this spread are saying something significant comes into your life that you then need to deal with. But what's amazing is that when you first become aware of this thing, it seems very difficult and negative. And then by the time you've resolved it, your perspective is going to be totally different. It's going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I worked through this because look at what it's opened up for me. I now have all these choices. I can go in every direction I want. And something really positive comes out of this conflict resolution. So if there's anything that you really don't want to deal with, something that makes you uncomfortable or even angry, the choice is going to be, okay, do I back away from this and do I just cool off and kind of sleep on it and revisit it tomorrow when I've got a clearer head? Or do I face it now in the moment, even though emotionally it is throwing me for a loop, and do I deal with it? Then my suggestion would be choosing the second option, to deal with whatever comes in the moment, because there is a sense of timing associated with this. I mean, these come and go very quickly, and this is also like a flash. It's not a permanent situation. You know, these 5 people can't knock sticks together all day long. At some point, they're going to have to stop. So a sense of urgency or an opportunity that may be missed, that's a real concern. And by withdrawing, I don't think that helps. So usually the 5 of Wands is trivial conflict. The 5 of Swords is serious conflict. But because of the opposition of these 2, I do feel it's more serious than usual. And because this is Wands, the element of fire, it has to do with your life mission, your life purpose, and really choosing a path in life that's significant to you. So sometimes there's a reason to create conflict. If you want to, you know, take a boat out on this little lake, but someone is saying, no, you can't do that, the water has to rest or whatever, some silly reason that you don't agree with, then if you want to take the boat out on the lake, there will have to be some sort of a conflict, as in, actually, thank you, but I'm going to do it. The 10 of Cups is the highest card in the suit of cups, and usually it's depicted as a happy family unit. Here it's a happy couple with all their hopes and dreams that have come true, the relationship being the key dream that they've now achieved. And by having something good like that in your life, it creates a sense of well-being, hope for the future. It's like a rainbow in your life. So I have this wonderful thing. Of course, other wonderful things can happen. It's a lot easier to say that or to have that attitude when you've already got something that's amazing in your life. If everything is an absolute rock bottom, it's going to be a bit more of a stretch to say, oh yeah, of course the future looks bright and wonderful. Of course the best is ahead of me. So that's a huge blessing here, this sense that I already have something good in my life. I can see it, I can appreciate it and feel it for what it is by having worked through the conflict, because that then gives me this perspective that other good things can happen. And that's echoed by your actual circumstances, which will say, hey, here's opportunity 1, 2, 3, pick one. So the 8 of Wands is also fire. So this is news that is going to have a major impact on your life, because it's something that you care about, and external things conspire and sort of force you into dealing with the altered circumstances and dealing with the changes that have come in. And they're outside of your control. Yeah. Okay, number-wise, we've got 5 and 10 is 15. And then we've got 8, that's 23. 2 and 3 is 5. And 5 in numerology is freedom. So that's really amazing that that is the number, because it underlines what the cards have been saying. Don't shy away from conflict. It leads to a happy outcome, and it opens up opportunities that you could have never even dreamed of. Wow. So that's super promising. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to a button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, numerology, and the tarot, and I combine all three, the way I combine the numbers here with the cards. To draw up your natal chart, your birth chart in astrology, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where I can actually work out your time of birth, because the chart changes every 4 minutes. So the time of birth is good to have. Once I have the natal chart, then I can really see, I always call it a blueprint of your soul, because it's so detailed. It shows me your strengths, weaknesses, life purpose, talents at work, relationships, travel, education, spiritual development, everything involved in the human experience, basically. So if you have any questions about your circumstances or what's coming up in future, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.